Are we rolling, boy? How much am I getting paid for this?
Well, I don't know. I got £2.50, bubble and squeak, got a curly wordy. Just read the fucking paper, please, can you?
Arr. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and nothing moved, not even a moose, apart from Leighton, who was pissed as a greasy goose. He went into his recording studio and wrote a Christmas tune. Without any further ado, let's have a listen to this loon. Was that okay, lad?
It'll fucking do.
Let me sing you a little song.
Kick it.
Lonely night, garbage shy. Boris Johnson's a prick, Matt Hancock's a dick. Drakeford makes sure I can't have a pie. With 2-meter rule, it's pretty hard to have a fight. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Lonely night, cottage shy. Business is fucked, unemployment sucks. Whatever your views, I hope you're doing okay. 'Cause that's how I think the human race should behave. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Now I've seen it all. Now I've seen it all. It's a lonely place without human contact. Let's try and get it back. Guitar solo.
Solo in it, but I'm alright, ain't I, on the skins? Fucking check this out. Not quite fucking John Bonham, are you, mate?
Let's go. Seen it all. Yeah, I've seen it all. Well, it's a lonely place without human contact. Now let's try and get it back. Well, lonely night, garbage shy. Boris Johnson's a prick, Matt Hancock's a dick. Drakeford makes sure that I can't have a pint. The 2-meter rule, it's pretty hard to have a fight. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Christmas 2020 sucks balls. Wow, 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 wow.
It's crazier than getting a grouchy goose pissed on your nan's strongest shower. It's the Lewie and Megman Show Christmas Special. So put on your Christmas jumper, slap a reindeer, and jump into a bath of eggnog, you filthy slags. So we're here for Christmas Special. Boyagasha. This is the Megman and Lewie Show Christmas Special, episode, is it 7?
Well,
Yeah, and you know these like Christmas specials, like the TV shows, right? Everybody knows that it's not actually Christmas when they're doing them. You know, everybody knows, but we don't talk about it. Like Graham Norton's show, they're there burning their fucking asses off in the summer. You know,
yeah.
Merry Christmas. So we're not going to lie to you.
We're going to tell you the date. What's the date? Let's have a look. It's the 5th of December. There you go. So, but we're feeling quite festive because we just went to the village, didn't we? And
Yeah.
Steve's birthday.
I'm my first latte. I think that's a latte. How do you pronounce it?
A latte.
Latte.
But
I'll just stick with it.
I've saved you a little bit of foam there on the spoon.
Right, yeah.
Saved you the best bit.
Right.
But yeah, Steve's birthday. And there was a brass band in the village banging out Christmas tunes. And
Okay.
I had a few drinks last night, and I'm like a bit confused. And I looked, and there was Father Christmas on a Vespa, a big red Vespa, just bombing it through the village. Nobody seemed to notice him. Absolutely nobody, apart from me. And I just thought, maybe it's time to stop drinking.
Hey, Steve, is it Father Christmas on the Vespa there? Oh,
Did you see him?
Yeah.
You did see him, right? Okay. Well, maybe it was a joint hallucination.
no, it was. He was there, man. He was there.
Yeah. So we're going to be covering all things fucking Christmas and,
I know that bollocks.
all that sort of stuff. Bacon roasting on a greasy grill. Mustard dripping down your nan's old chin. I don't know what the lyrics are to that song, but I think it's chestnuts
it's
roasting.
close.
It's close.
Close.
Close enough, isn't it? Just imagine my old Bublé rocking it out. I listened to a bit of the Bublé Christmas album last night.
Oh, yeah?
Do you like Bublé?
No.
He's got a voice of like fucking silk. A voice of silk.
An angel would die for that voice, would it?
Yeah. I'm not even gay, but I'd bang Bublé.
Yeah.
You know, with a voice like that.
Well, not before you got before my ass.
Yeah, it just. I mean, you'd be like, "Nah, sorry, Bublé, I'm not gay," and then he'd just start singing to you and be like, "I'm converted. I'm converted." So yeah, I've done a bit of research for this. You know, have you watched any Christmas films or like to enjoy Christmas music?
I quite like the thing on they have on all the fucking Christmas songs like on
Like the countdown song.
yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Because like it's just that if they mention the year, you sort of try and remember what you were doing that year, and you know.
Bing Crosby in it. Oh.
Yeah, and the one is that with David Bowie.
Yeah.
That's a bit fucking weird, isn't it? It's like really bright coloured, and it's supposed to be like David Bowie's just popped his head round the corner from having eggnog in the kitchen. Oh, I like to write some backing tunes as well, Governor. It's supposed to be like completely like. I mean, what are the chances of fucking Bing Crosby and David Bowie being at a piano together at Christmas?
In the same studio.
Yeah. I bollocks, innit?
Yeah.
You know? I remember East 17. Do you remember that song? Stay now, baby, if you got to go away. I don't think I can take the pain. Won't you stay another day?
No, bollocks.
Right, the guy's trousers, right? I mean, you look at these, right? These are quite baggy. I'm wearing my sort of Lonsdale sort of
slacks.
lazy
slacks.
Yeah, just like walk around the house in them, you know.
Yeah.
He had like fucking huge trousers, the guy from East 17 on the video. He's got his legs stretched like that. And like a mutated turkey.
Yeah.
And he's giving it all, stay now. You have to do a lot of that with the hands when you're in a boy band, like, you know, wave your hands about.
That's that's where we went wrong.
Well,
a bit of
yeah, they do all that.
a bit of a dance.
For some reason, key changes in boy bands. As soon as the band changes key, I think it makes the stools hot as well because they have to get up. You know, and all the crowd are like, "Yeah, you can fucking walk." So yeah, boy, do you remember that on Top of the Pops? Boy bands on the fucking stools. You get to the crescendo, like this, the last chorus, and they'd always like raise the pitch so it'd go higher, and they'd get off of the chair like that. And all the girls would be like, "Fucking hell!" flicking their bean in the audience, while Jimmy Savile was running around fiddling with kids. Oh,
There he goes again.
well, that was a good start, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't know where all that energy came from. It starts on the 1st of December, and they're like just fucking knocking out Christmas tune after Christmas tune, you know? It's like, you
You don't want to hear it that early, do you? Like, you know.
Well, there's a good hip hop song there. It's called something Christmas Fuck. It's called
Christmas fuck.
So yeah, so it's
Not for the kids then.
no, it's a good song though, but it's just really good. Like, it's all about
Christmas fucking.
no, it's not nothing to do with that. It's all about like our presents and how good it is, and
Well, if it's about presents, I would have called it Christmas bling, not Christmas fuck.
it was cool. Oh, it's cool though.
I mean, Slade had the right idea with their songs. They didn't have any swearing in because, like,
Merry Christmas.
I think he gets like, I'm not sure about this, but I think it's about 500 grand in royalties every year.
Yeah, well, fair play to him.
That's fucking mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
I like the one with the haircuts. Oh, what's his name?
Roy Wood,
No,
Noddy Holder,
no. Steve something?
Slade. No, I don't know. But no, if you get a good Christmas hit, you're made for life, you know.
Yeah, mate. I tell you what, there's no more decent Christmas hits made anymore.
Because record companies are lazy. They think, right, it's like they take a song and they'd be like, all right, change that word to Christmas, change that word to fucking mistletoe, slap some bells on it, job done.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like, you know, the Christmas songs back in the day, they really went to town on like the whole thing was based on Christmas. You know.
Well, whatever I want a megaphone thing, right? Christmas, like 2 minutes to Christmas, I shouted out from the window, "Merry fucking Christmas!" All these lots coming on and shit like that. Fuck them.
What did the neighbours think of that?
Well, not that, but they thanked me for it in the morning.
It was in the spirit of Christmas, but
It was.
like you should have left the expletive out, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the kids just settled the kids down in it, put in the mince pie, and then you'll fucking come out with a megaphone. Merry fucking Christmas! Yeah, I can imagine why people would be upset by that. But
Well, yeah, that's me.
are you a humbug?
Um,
Do you kick the crutch of Tiny Tim? Do you slap him to the floor?
no, I'm not that kind of person. When I'm in Cardiff and that, and it's Christmas time, I always give them money, like,
Yeah.
and stuff.
I don't, you know, like Salvation Army and all that. I'll give some money to that. You know,
Yeah,
not
but-
like a real fucking humbug. You know, aren't there any prisons?
No, but I give, like, I came out of a Bristol Anson Rooms gig once at Christmas time after watching Mogwai.
Mogwai.
And we come out, and this guy goes, "Oh, have got any money so I can get a drink, like?" And what have I got to be? I got 15 quid, mate. You can have that. I don't need that now. I'm going home.
Crazy. That's very generous of you.
Yeah, well, I am a generous person.
Was that because it was Christmas, or
No, I would have done it anyway.
I wouldn't have?
Not,
I remember.
not perhaps 15 quid, but
Yeah, I remember being outside TJ's and I was on a date, and I didn't do it because I was on a date. I just gave this guy a fiver because he said, "Oh, can I have money for a drink?" But I said to him, I don't usually give like tramps money for a fiver for a drink. Because, like, it's, you know what I mean? It's encouraging them. But who am I to fucking judge? I've just walked out of TJ's half cut. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to give him a fiver.
bottle of fucking
So he's got his bottle of...
bottle of
Frosty
famous
Jacks.
Grace.
Yeah, nah, not for that money. Jack, what's that, lightning stuff? White lightning? Something like that?
fucking hell. Yeah, Pulse cider.
Yeah,
God,
dangerous stuff.
I've
So,
never spewed so much in all my life.
in the spirit of Christmas, I've brought you a Christmas present, right? Open it up. It's a box of Cadbury's Roses.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So you're blue.
So, yeah, there you go.
Is that you?
Yeah.
So,
So,
okay.
I mean, like, it's all empty, the wrappers, but what you can do, right, you keep these wrappers, right?
And you can make things out of them.
Next year, right, if anybody buys you any chocolates, you can put your chocolates in these wrappers. And you've got a box as well.
So every present you've got me this year has entailed nothing.
It's been consumed, basically.
Yeah.
I had to test it.
I don't mind that. I don't mind
Because
that.
I'm a very considerate friend. I don't want you to get poisoned or anything, so I had to test all those chocolates.
I don't mind that, mate. I don't mind that. It's,
Tested all those liqueurs over there.
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, fucking knackered now.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Thought that counts.
So I watched Home Alone.
Yeah.
Cracking film. What do you think about it?
Not bad.
But
Quite funny.
yeah, you watch it as a kid, you think, oh, this is hilarious, like, you know. But watching it today, I was like, oh, that's gonna fucking hurt. You know, he's slipping on the stairs, falling, knocking his head. He gets a iron on his head. He gets glass on his feet, like the fucking decorations. I would have killed that kid. You know.
Yeah, probably.
Like in reality, right? Home Alone in reality, he would have got killed, wouldn't he?
Yeah, again, wouldn't he?
Yeah, they would have just put a gun to his head and shot him.
A booker.
First scene.
Gone.
Yeah, and John Candy would be bombing it down the motorway with the mum doing the old brass band.
Were they asked to play golf or something?
Who?
Were they asked to play golf or something?
No, they were going to France for some. They were meeting. They didn't really.
That's right, right at the bottom of France, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Miles away.
And they tried to get home and they couldn't. And then John Candy just happened to be in the airport. And he's like, "Hi, I'm John Candy." And he's playing for a brass band. And he picks him up. Do you imagine that? All that din. We had about 5 minutes of it in the village just then. I like it, but not a whole journey from France to America. You'd drive me fucking mental, wouldn't it? You'd be like, "Oh, fuck the kid. I'm going back."
We now proudly present Lewie and Megman's History of Christmas.
Waka waka, Lewie and Megman's History of Crimboo. Waka waka.
So, right, Jesus, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, was born, wasn't he, on Christmas Day, was it?
Well, apparently,
Apparently, a lot of people think he wasn't.
he wasn't. I don't think he was, because there's mentions of shepherds and stuff like that, so it sounds like it's in the springtime. But this is the thing, right? We can go through the Christmas history if you want.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go through Christmas history, because the thing is, right, we always reinvent things and forget that they have a beginning, like, you know.
Yeah, but
Christmas had a beginning, you know.
every Bible is rewritten by every king, yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
You told me that.
Did I?
No.
I don't know if every, you know, but yeah, like Oliver Cromwell banned Christmas in 1652. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Right fucking humbug.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, he ain't having that, because it was Puritan, like church, like, you know, and they had certain beliefs.
My certain friend thinks that the world is still flat. Not that it ever was flat.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who think that, because they think if you look through a fucking telescope or something, a very strong telescope, you won't see the angle of the Earth, and you should be able to.
Yeah,
but I think that's bollocks.
My boys went to Australia. They see the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, 1652, Oliver Cromwell banned Christmas. Shops had to stay open, right? Churches closed. And actually in 1646, it says in Netherlands, there was a confrontation between youths with clubs with fucking nails in them, right? I think it's rough around Caldecott. Check this shit out. Constables had to stand there defending this shop for Christmas Day, all day, from these fucking idiots, like, you know?
What, because they like Christmas?
Well, no, because they like Christmas, and I don't know. It's something to do with keeping the shops open. They weren't happy. They were trying to close it, like, you know.
Well, that's where the orange march comes from in Ireland, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, for carrots. Because carrots are, I think, naturally purpley colour.
Yeah,
But they fucking...
you dye them and stuff.
Yeah, they dye, yeah, and that's where the orange and...
Yeah, I went for a job interview, food dyeing company, and they were telling me what colour the steaks were. And I was, oh God.
Was that up in Newport, something like that, back in Newport?
No, it was Caldecott. And I said,
yeah.
And he said, "Oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?" And I basically said to him, "On a push bike," because I panicked. Because what I was supposed to say is like, well, my one goal is to save some money, get rid of the car, you know, buy myself a push bike. I want to get a local job. And I just panicked. He's like, "Where'd you see yourself?" "On a push bike." So yeah, it was a fucking terrible job interview.
Would you see yourself in 5 years' time? Fucking not you, mate.
Yeah. It's a silly question when you're going for a really shit job. It's like, well, I just want to get my head down and do some fucking work. Like, you know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I'm going to become, like, you know, the manager of this company. So the Yule log comes from the it's like a Norse thing, like the Vikings and everything.
Yeah.
They used to cut down a tree, and fucking basically take it home. And we're talking a fucking huge tree now, right? Because it was classed as a phallic symbol, so they needed the biggest tree to like, let's check out the size of my fucking wanger.
Yeah.
You know, and they take it back and they burn it. And it would burn for like 12 days, and they'd just be having a feast, getting pissed up.
Proper pissed out there to get by there.
Yeah. So when your nan's eating that Yule log, don't tell her that it's a fertility symbol.
Oh.
Because
It's a bit full of chocolate.
yeah, it puts a whole different take on it, doesn't it? You know. Yeah. By the way, Nan,
Well,
did you know?
My nan's dead anyway, so...
Yeah, mine have passed away, unfortunately, as well.
So, but it would be good fun, wouldn't it, if he was alive?
What was it? Tell him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas Day, just spit it out. Jesus
They'll
Christ.
put that fucking tuppence in the Christmas pudding.
Tuppence in a Christmas pudding. I don't know. I don't know this tradition.
Do you?
Do you put money in a Christmas pudding, do you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's in Wales then.
Yeah, never heard of that.
Not a Surrey thing.
Yeah. Here's a Christmas job, right? I watched Tony Robinson's Worst Christmas Jobs. One of them was selling a goose at the market, right? Because it was like goose herding. So you had to fucking walk with these geese, right? They used to have to walk from Norwich to London. That's 100 miles. Because you're herding the geese as well, it's a pace of 2 miles an hour. So it'd take you a week to get there.
Mm.
And the fucking gooses slept rough, right? So they were always grouchy in the morning. You know? So I come up with a slogan, the grouchy goose.
Huh.
You know? Grouchy goose. Turkey plucker is another job.
Yeah.
Be careful how I say that. Yeah, but back in the day, they didn't have a fucking razor, you know?
No, they had hot water.
Well, they literally just pulled them out by hand. And it would take 20 to 30 minutes per bird, and they had 500 to do. So I worked it out. That's about 3 weeks of work. Because I'm sad, I was there with my calculator. How long would it take a turkey plucker to...
I'm not a pheasant plucker, so...
It's hard to say when you've, like, you know... Turkey fucker. That's a whole different avenue of entertainment.
Yeah, but in Alaska, they put it in a big vat of boiling water. And the feathers just, like, come off, like...
Yeah, I suppose there's all different ways of doing it now, but back in the day they had to, like... And they hang them up on a rope to get the feet off, and they really pull, and then you have to snap the neck, which is a fucking job in itself, and then you have to take all the shit out.
Giblets out, you know,
Yeah, and, like, all the, you know...
Don't bother
offal,
me. Don't
chuck
bother
it in
me.
there.
Because I used to go shooting and that, see?
I wouldn't be able to do it.
It was... As long as I was going to eat it, it didn't bother me.
It would bother me. I mean, like, especially if I named it while I was plucking it. Oh, Jim.
I'll use Jim. Oh, shit.
Never name the bird before you fire. So we sort of sidetracked from the history of Christmas here. We'll go back to it now. Okay. So Rome, they used to have like the winter solstice in like 4th century, you know, like, and it was more like a pagan gods they were worshipping that, and it was the Christmas time. Christians had fuck all. But by the 4th century, Christians started questioning the birth of Christ, like, and they were trying to pinpoint it, and they worked out he was probably born in the spring because of like
in year 2021 or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's no mention of dinosaurs.
No, it's all very brief, but like they reckon he was probably born in the spring because of like talk of shepherds and shit like that. But because the Romans celebrated in December, they didn't want to feel left out, so they thought, right, we'll do it on fucking December. We call it Christmas. Ornaments used to be like apples, on the tree because that would signify the Garden of Eden.
Nuts and stuff and fucking and crazy shit on it.
They had, they started, when they did have ornaments, there was green baubles that represented, like, the earth. Red was the blood of Christ. Gold was, like, maybe the gifts that he got off old Frankenstein and Gur and...
The Easter thing, like, the pagan god of Easter, right, it's bollocks. It's completely bollocks.
Well, it's debatable. There may be people listening to this who were followers of religion.
No, but I read it in this book.
Yeah.
And it said it's bollocks.
Well, if you read it in a book, that means it's true.
It's fucking true. The book I borrowed you.
What? Yeah. The Daredevil one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Because obviously we're doing an episode, we have to sort of flick through things and just take bullet points. So in 17th century, they banned Christmas, like I said, Oliver Cromwell, because it was like Puritan England.
Father Christmas was green originally.
I haven't got to him yet.
It's only, oh, sorry.
No, I haven't got to him yet.
Sorry.
Don't.
Perhaps you should give me a list of
Don't
that.
shoot your load before we've.
Don't ejaculate.
Waka waka. Lewie and Megman's history of Crimbo. Waka waka. Yeah, so basically, like with anything, if you ban something, people are gonna like fucking do it on the sly.
Right.
So they started, you know, they changed the names of things. So instead of like Christmas pudding, they'd add mince pie, and just to trick the governments and all
You
that.
can't get mince pies in the summer, can you? You can't.
No, I think that's a good thing. I'm like,
It pisses me off. I like mince pies.
yeah, but it's all about overindulgence, and you can't have it every day. It would fucking kill you. You know,
You don't have to have it every day, do you?
the song, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Can you imagine that? Sitting there watching James Bond on your 10th mince pie?
No, but you can't fucking eat mince pies every day. Can you just like, I fancy mince pie?
You'd be the size of a fucking house, you know?
I'd be glad about that.
So yeah, but like the celebrations were like a carnival back in the 17th century, and they were like fucking brawling in the streets. They were drunk, they were shagging.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't gentlemanly, obviously, like to this sort of behaviour. So they'd sort of justify it with like mistletoe and shit like that. You know, the old traditions. The poor would like rob from the rich. They'd just bang on the door, and they actually writ a song about it. It's like this fucking traditional song where it's like, if you don't fucking let me in, I'm gonna smack you over the head with this bowling ball. I don't know what the lyrics are exactly, but it's like, if you don't let me in, you're
I've got my
fucking...
beer with me, you crunch it.
Listen here, posh boy. Fucking old Jim answering the door. Martha, there's a bunch of fucking louts at the door. Suppose we better let them in and let them have all the fucking silver, like, you know? So...
My dad, right, like Christmas carols, they used to knock on the door, start singing, he used to say, fuck off, shut the door.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, I suppose like it was like opportunist behaviour back in the day, Christmas. It was like, oh, we're going to go fucking mental, completely justified. And if you don't like it, you can fucking give me all your silver.
We used to start at 11 o'clock in the morning, we did.
What, Christmas caroling?
Yeah, Christmas Day.
If you go around the
Christmas Eve, rather.
if you go around the posh people's houses, you get fuck all. If you see a BMW in the drive, nice and posh, you know you're going to get no money.
There's no pantry, food in the pantry.
Well, they're rich for a reason, aren't they? Because they're skinflints. If you go around the poorer houses, they'd be like, here you go, there's a quid. Because I used to do a bit of Christmas caroling. I don't think it's a thing now, is it?
No, not it was COVID thing going on a bit now.
Like, why don't we go on the like
C word.
right? Yeah. So we don't mention the C word. Why don't we go knock on the neighbour's door now and give him a rendition of Smack My Bitch Up and see what happens?
Smack my bitch up.
So by 1656, Charles II was king, and Christmas sort of returned. But it was still sort of banned, I think. I'm not quite sure about this, but like, so in the 200 years, I think they've done it, but they've done it on the sly, like sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was still rioting and stuff like that, and like lewd behaviour.
They used to have little vicar crutches in it anyway, so they could hold masses and stuff. I got them.
So the first police forces were introduced in the 1800s, in 1829. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because they had, like, in America, the gang rioting was so fucking bad one year, they thought we need to start policing the streets.
Yeah.
I think it came in for different reasons in England, but it was the same time.
Compton, yeah.
Compton. They were rioting in Compton.
Well, they're Collie Greens, isn't it?
Yeah, straight out of Compton.
You know, Run DMC live there, Collie Green.
Yeah. We're sort of, we're making it up as we go along now. So, yeah, Run DMC first were introduced in 1800s, and of course the riot in Compton.
Yeah.
And then Father Christmas turned up and said, "Oi, what the fuck's going on here, lads?"
Vanilla rice. Oi, vanilla. Change the colour of your fucking hair.
He's a strange lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, basically, the upper class, they were fucking terrified because they were getting looted and robbed and shit like that. And they thought, right, we have to do something about this and sort of change the whole nature of Christmas. So they thought they wanted to change the perception of Christmas. So Washington Irving, who was a writer, produced a series of short stories depicting Christmas as a time of classes being kind to each other. Isn't that nice?
Oh, bollocks.
So, like, you know, everyone would, like, forget all their...
They changed it to red, did they, for Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
That cheers everybody up, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we haven't got there yet. You've done it again. You've shot your load. Right, you need to reload again, Steve. Right.
All right.
And if you listen to the last episodes, it takes longer to reload as you get older, and it's Steve's birthday, so it's going to take him a good 20 minutes to reload. Oh dear, doesn't get an old sack. Now Steve's choking because he's 49, and is it 49 or 48?
48, I think. Bought in 77, 72.
Yeah, you were born in 72, weren't you? So yeah.
My missus is 49. My ex-missus is 49.
We worked that out with a calculator on the commercial break. So yeah, they wanted to change the whole, and then Dickens. That was it then. That was in the bag.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens came out with Christmas Carol. And like 15 years before his novel, you wouldn't see any mention of Christmas in the local newspapers. There'd be fuck all.
Yeah.
Like Christmas trees, none. Yeah. No Christmas trees, nothing. No presents.
Yeah,
like it was all basically getting pissed on the streets, making a fucking nuisance. Fighting, shagging women with mistletoe.
Yeah.
Slapping kids.
Throwing Swedes at people.
Yeah. Yeah, just uproar, just like slapping people.
So what do you think then? I thought of it to get a bit out of hand.
Yeah, there was no Greg's turkey festive bakes.
Fuck.
So Ebenezer Scrooge sort of was a character made to represent the middle class. Like if you don't sort of follow the tradition, to be about family, then you're gonna fucking you're gonna get visited by 3 ghosts and they're gonna slap you in the mush.
Yeah, but Christmas to me, is it all about family, like?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Back before this, it wasn't.
No,
it was all about fucking opportunism, Yeah. So the invention of quality time with children, that's where it came from. Like Christmas Carol, and it changed. In the Industrial Revolution and everything, it sort of made it more acceptable to sort of like be nicer to your kids, It was all about them. That's how it came about. But the Christmas tree comes from Germany. 1840, Queen Victoria married her cousin.
What?
Yeah, we'll get onto that one in a bit. Prince Albert of Germany. Albert brought his traditions to Windsor Palace.
Did he make was he the great Prince Albert?
Yeah, I don't know how that term came about for a cock.
That's a myth, isn't it? Is it a myth or?
Is this about the guy with the incredibly large wanger who used to show it off to?
Yeah, he used to slap it up to his leg.
I think that's a different Prince Albert.
Oh,
it might be a different one. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Actually, it might. Yeah, it might be that one. Yeah. Apparently, he used to do a party trick with his penis.
Yeah.
Is this good? Is this acceptable for a Christmas episode to talk about party tricks with your penis? I suppose we do Christmas games, don't we?
Well, Christmas office parties.
Yeah, but I've never got...
There's something in a broom cupboard fucking giving it one, isn't there?
Yeah, I've never got my knob out, around my mum's playing charades.
No. Well, you could if you were Moby Dick.
Yeah, there was a certain gentleman, right, who used to live in a certain... We can't say, but he used to be... We used to call him Windmill when we were kids. Because apparently he got his dick out at a party, jumped up on the table and swung it round. But you look at him, right, I think it must be a load of bollocks because he was so, calm and,
people... Maybe some people are twisted, isn't they?
Yeah, maybe, he has one drop of sherry. Like the guy off Father Ted, remember that guy? Sack me, the BBC! Sack me! He has one drop of sherry, he's like, oh, go on, what harm can it do?
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, it was crazy. So, where were we? Prince Albert, yeah. Albert brought his traditions to Windsor Palace in 1840, including the Christmas tree. And basically, in 1848, the London Illustrated News published an engraving, like a picture, of the royal family standing by a Christmas tree. And in just a few matter of years, everybody followed suit. So that's where the tree came from.
Oh, that's bollocks.
Just goes to show how, royalty...
I'm sure it would have been, more acceptable in Norway and stuff like that, where the decorations and little huts.
But the thing is, right, royal family, they haven't got that influence now, have they?
No.
It's a very old thing,
Bollocks, yeah.
Because, there's no way, if I saw a picture of the Queen and she's like wearing fucking. She's decided to change her fucking hair. She's got dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks and a fucking.
There's no way everybody's going to be walking around with dreads in a few
A
years.
shell suit.
So a Queen do it,
Yeah.
especially with Prince Andrew. What's happened with him? Like, you know.
Oh, fucking hell.
It seems to have just sort of dropped off the radar, really, with that.
It's going to go, mate. And what we need is a good revolution.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how everything unfolds. But like, I'm just going to. I mean, I was very opinionated on Facebook about like everything that's going on at the moment, and I think I've made a mistake really because like the fact of the matter is I don't know, and all these people they don't know, you know, and it's always in hindsight people can look back and say, oh my god, how corrupt that was, but like at the time you just don't know.
It's never good to put your own politics out there.
Yeah, I'd say to the people on Facebook who are like slagging each other off and just remember it's Christmas and like. You know, everybody's trying their best to, like, just fucking get through this year and just be nice to people, like, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever their views. I don't care if you believe the royal family are fucking lizards and they suck the blood of the young. I don't care. I've heard a lot of, like, crazy things, but we'll just, you know...
And people blow backpack apps and fucking in train stations and stuff. It doesn't matter, does it? It's Christmas.
Well, I think that does matter. It's like if you're if something you're doing is actually causing harm. Don't worry, it's Christmas.
TikTok. There's an alarm clock in the back, mate.
Yeah, you've watched too many Christmas movies. There'd be like the guy at the train station with a big parcel that's ticking away, and the cops would come up and be like, "Oh, what's that, lad? Oh, it's a bomb. Ah, it's Christmas. Let your hair down. Go on." You know, I don't. I think we've wandered off the topic now.
Yeah. That might have offended some people. I do apologise.
Bollocks to them. This is a comedy podcast. We're just having a bit of a laugh, aren't we? This is quite a serious bit, but we're sort of having a joke about it. But it's informative. You're loining, kids.
You're loining.
Yeah, you're loining. That's my Brooklyn twang.
Waka waka, Lewie and Megman's history of Crimbo. Waka waka.
1843, J.C. Horsley printed the first Christmas card. Overnight sensation.
Yeah.
1843.
What do you do? A summer fucking holiday picture.
It was a picture of Santa Claus with his dick out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got a good wagon on him, apparently.
On a Vespa. And the people were shocked and stunned because they've never seen a Vespa before.
There was fucking lattes going everywhere, wasn't it, on the floor?
Yeah. And apparently he had 3 pubes, which, like, you know, so he put the detailing, you know, because if you draw a cock, you put a couple of like pubes. Sometimes people only put a couple of curly ones. Sometimes they're straight. You got the attention to detail, but he really went for it. Obviously, I've mentioned mistletoe was exploited for obvious reasons. There was gents walking round the town with it attached to their belt.
I like this. I like this as well. I should go down the woods and climb trees, right? And I just crash out with the mistletoe a little bit, you know, and what they call holly.
Holly. Yeah, that was a plant that was brought in from, I can't remember who brought that in, but that became sort of, it all come from like different parts of the world and stuff, you know. You know, Germany was the tree. I think America, Santa Claus was conceived in America. The Protestants ignored Christmas. They checked out what the Catholics would do.
No, but I don't think Father Christmas was conceived in America because it was green at first, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of different like versions of him, but the actual Santa Claus we know today and the way he looks, I think that was conceived in America.
What about baby Jesus?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I mean, I've sort of, I'll see what I've written down here, but like Saint Nicholas Day was on December the 6th, and he was a saint. Yeah. And he's like, you know, if kids were good, he'd give them some gifts. If they're bad, he'd give them a fucking gone off Savlord. Yeah. Say, fuck off.
Yeah. If he really is Savlord.
Yeah, and in Holland, he was known as Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. So you see how it's like people take it. It's like Chinese whispers. Everybody's changing it and doing their own little things.
My boy, he says, "Where's my fucking bike?"
Does he call him Santa Claus?
No.
Has Santa Claus been Steve? Does your kids call you Steve or do they call you Dad?
It's your Dad.
because I used to have a friend, and he used to call his dad Rob all the time, and I found that very strange.
Yeah.
Rob!
A lot of people do, don't they?
Yeah. It's like, he used to shout him as well.
Well, my kids do talk to me. They do call me dad, like.
But the guy was a joker. He used to have like we went to Newport Park, and there was like this big, like one of those seesaw swings.
Yeah.
And he's a big guy, this Rob.
Tredegar,
yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah.
And he pushed down on this swing so fucking hard, he went flying up in the air, his son, straight down on his bollocks. And he was pissed himself, the father. And he was just on the floor like that. He's like, oh, fucking hell, Rob! Jesus! I just found it really funny that he called him Rob. Like, I think maybe it's an angry thing. Can't call him Dad when he's pissed off.
I know a lot of people who call their fathers by their proper name. Right?
I wouldn't like it if Ava was calling me Lewis, and she didn't bother with Lou. She said Lewis, or called me Leighton. That's very like a teacher telling you off. Leighton,
Well, I was calling Lou.
Yeah, but like, double barrel name in it, so a lot of people get it mixed up and call me Leighton. And I don't even bother like saying, oh, it's Lewis. I just don't care. So there's people in work, all right, Leighton? Just like, man.
I call you Lou. I always call you Lou. Yeah. Some people call me bollock, fucking head. I don't give a fuck what they call me.
Yeah, when they start calling me twat, I get offended.
I don't. I don't see. Not if they call you twat.
I don't really care. Clement Clark Moore, which is hard to say, is a minister, like church minister in America. 1822, he wrote a poem about a good-natured saint who came down the chimney on Christmas Eve. I'm sure you heard this one before. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And he dreamed up the reindeers, So that's where the reindeers come from. That was 1822.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed by the poem. He was there with the rain mac on, red face.
Well, that's a cracking poem.
Yeah, but the reason why he's embarrassed about it, because he's a minister, right? If you listen to that poem, there's absolutely nothing religious in that poem. But they wanted to sort of incorporate it. They wanted to get it into the Christian. Because it was all about fucking looting and everything. There was nothing Christian about it back in the day. So they were trying to tie it in,
It was all about fucking eagles and shit and fucking... And the second horse was green.
Yeah. Well, when it was pagan, like the Norse and the Vikings and everything, they'd lock themselves in their cabin with this Yule log, burned for 12 days. The reason is because they were terrified of fucking spirits outside. So it's like it was warding off the evil spirits with a fire. And every spark represented a fucking animal,
I can well believe that. I can well believe a lot of the ancient the beliefs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than nowadays. Because nowadays it's bollocks, isn't it?
I think if it brings people together, then that's a good thing.
If it makes people happy, fair enough.
And I think with these companies, they're just like they want to own you, and it's nice that there's still that bit of give at Christmas. So it's like the average man on the street has to work his fucking ass off to feed his family and everything, and the companies are like, right.
Well, some do.
Yeah. It's a very, they would be Scrooge if there was no Christmas, all these companies, because they just want more and more. But yeah, this guy, obviously he remained anonymous, the guy who wrote the poem, but admitted it eventually when kids just they were waiting for something to come down the chimney, because that image of him come down the chimney, that's where it came from, that poem and everything. So he was responsible for a lot, More than Santa. Santa was just playing with his sack. And as you know, Santa's sack is huge. Because he only comes once a year.
And that's in a chimney.
That's what I like about Christmas, shitty jokes. So the first images of Santa, this is where we get to, you've shot your load twice now on Santa Claus. We're getting round to it. We're getting there, right? The first images of Santa were a pagan sorcerer, a frightening gnome. This is the best one, right? A drunkard on a turkey-driven sleigh.
This is like the Pan's Labyrinth a bit, isn't it?
Oh, I can't remember a drunkard on a turkey-driven sleigh being on Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, it was. And a big exploding worm.
So, this is your big moment. We finally got to it, Steve. Right. In 1863, Thomas Nast, a cartoonist for Harper's Weekly, developed Santa as we know him today.
Really?
Ta-da! Yep, the beard, the white fucking suit, the white and red suit, you know.
You really fucking...
The Vespa.
The worn outness. Oh, you want all day, you can't go on fucking all day, you'll get rid of fucking presents ready.
That's it, yeah. I mean, I don't know why that guy down the village this morning was on a Vespa. Old Father Christmas. Like, maybe they just, times are hard this year, they thought we can't afford reindeers. We'll have him on a Vespa.
Probably to do with the big C word, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah. 2 metre rule, no one can touch Santa. You can't sit on his fucking lap.
You
can't sit on his lap this year.
Not no more.
You know?
You can't kiss him either.
Yeah, like there's kids shouting to Santa 2 metres away. He's like, "What do you want for Christmas this year? I want to hug my fucking nan."
Yeah.
You know? Christ. Yeah. You can't laugh at that, Steve. Oh, he's an evil man. He's like fucking... He's slapping the crutch off Tiny Tim. That's the thing. I got no decorations.
I haven't.
I got decorations in the bottom of the stairs, but I don't put them up till like fucking...
I got my flashing lights, you know, those I got in the hallway.
Are they up now?
No, they're not now.
No. Well, I don't put them up till I do the Christmas walk with the boys. Because I do this like Christmas walk every year when we go somewhere and we just get fucking hammered. And I like to like sort of pimp it up so when we come back and have a drink, it's all Christmassy for us, like, you know.
Oh, shocking.
So, but I'm a bit of a humbug, really, you know. I kick the crutch of Tiny Tim.
I like Christmas because I like Action Man. See, I love Action Man, and I always get Action Man stuff for Christmas.
Do you get it? Does anybody buy you Action Man now?
No.
Do you buy your kids things you want?
No,
Here you go, son. Here's 10 rolls of wood chip wallpaper.
This year I buy my kids, if they're not listening, I buy them trainers. I don't know, trainer. It's like 70 quid each or so.
Yeah.
You know,
It's expensive Christmas these days, you know. I mean, I don't know what the average is, but like I spoke to someone and she was like, I spend 250 quid on each kid. I was like, what?
How many kids you got? 56?
Yeah. It just made me feel like a bit of a skinflint because I spend quite a bit, but like, you know, I think...
I think it makes a difference if you're not with the mother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah, you sort of make an effort because like, you don't see him as much, so you spend a bit more, and I do that as well with Ava, you know, because but like back in the day, kids got a fucking lump of coal and an orange.
Yeah.
You know?
In a sock.
In a sock, yeah. And that sock, you'd hang it up on the, you know.
I tell you that worked for next one, didn't it?
Yeah, but so obviously they realised what a cash cow it was Christmas. By the mid 1800s, Santa started showing up in department stores. You know, outside smoking, causing trouble. It's just like commercial fucking excess, isn't it?
It is. It's taking a piss.
Yeah, I went into Greg's, like the festive bakes. They do the festive bakes. They started doing them on like November the 20th. It's like, hang about, let's get fucking fireworks day out of the way first.
Let me get this big fucking box of fucking mince pies out the way at the one-stop shop first before we start fucking about.
Yeah, well, they started putting the mince pies out in November, you know. It's not necessary. 1st December should be the point.
I don't have any Christmas presents Saturday.
Saturday?
On Christmas presents, like, because I'm old now.
Yeah, I think you get less and less as you get older, like, you know. Yeah.
I get some aftershave or something, or, you know.
Bit of brute.
Sort of high karate.
Slat it all over.
High karate.
A bit of plop. That's good deodorant, plop. Yeah.
Waka waka, Lewie and Megman's history of Crimbo. Waka waka.
Do you ever get any, like, because I think you're wearing a Fred Perry shirt there, yeah?
Well, it's not Fred Perry, but it's a lookalike.
Yeah. Do you get any, like, you know, fucking botched sort of, like, market clothes from the family? Like, check these out. Genuine Fred Jerry socks. 3 for a tenner.
Do you remember the days of the leather box jackets and the stay press?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy Hilfiger get a bit of that in the market, you know. Or I remember buying a Kappa jacket off the guy who used to work in his name was Phil Shop, and he used to have like fucking jackets that were
For the pill.
fucking boshed. No, it was Subbrook shop, Palmer's.
Palmer's.
Yeah, do you remember that shop?
Yeah, Palmer's.
Go in there and you fucking be like, oh, I got a cap jacket for you lads, you know. Buy it, it'll fall apart in 3 days, you know. All the stitching would come loose. So I don't know where he got them from. Shouldn't be mentioning that, but I don't think he's about anymore. So
No, it's not. His brother used to live on the corner on my ex-wife's street. That big, the Francesca's.
yeah.
Used to go after that, like.
Francesca's. I'll tell you the one shop that's gone now from Cowdercott, which I used to love.
Red Fusion.
No, it was Codfather. The fish and chip shop, the Codfather.
Yeah.
What a name, the Codfather. I used to walk past with like my mouth all puffed out, pretending I was the Godfather. I got some card you can't refuse.
They got an Indian one. They got an Indian chip shop there in Cardiff, haven't they?
Yeah. This is like I think people are a bit disappointed that because Kibby's has been there so long,
Yeah.
and now it's sort of gone. You know.
Well, Kibby started off in Mathern, wasn't it? Or Chapsong, Mathern.
I don't know.
I think he did. Google it.
I'm not going to Google that. We can't Google. We're almost to the end of our Christmas history.
Oh no!
But we've dragged it out for a while, I'll tell you. Robert May wrote the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, I was a bit of a red nose.
Yeah, so it's basically like, you know, everyone was all the reindeers were taking the piss out of him with his red nose, and then he came in handy one night because it was really foggy, and Father Christmas put him on the front of the sleigh. Job done.
And then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your red nose so bright,
won't you drive my sleigh tonight? Yeah, and like he was.
You see why I was a singer in a stand, can you?
Yeah. But like, yeah, one day he went to the garage and some guy came out with a fucking sausage roll and a big stringy vest and kicking the sleigh. Yeah, that's the sign. You got to check the sleigh. You know, give it a kick. Oh, it's gonna cost you, governor. Oh, fucking hell.
Got four new tyres on that.
Yeah, 4 new tyres, bits falling off here everywhere. That's fucking loose, that's shoddy. Your wiper's a fact. You ain't getting round.
You ain't that tiger top, ain't you? Do no good.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hit your fucking target, mate. And he's like, oh, hang about. You're full of shit, I'm gonna slap a Rudolph on the front of you.
Yeah. That's what you want.
Yeah. So 1950s. It was still filtering out like the whole carnival sort of like feeling of Christmas. There were still elements of it in the 1920s, like mainly in New York. They'd have like big carnivals and stuff. Yeah. By the 1950s, it was strictly family, and that leads us nicely to the whole story of Christmas. That's like that's what it is now. Strictly family, you know.
Basically.
Yeah.
Or family fighting.
Family fighting, yeah. I mean, like, you know, the Christmas we know as today started by the 1950s, so, yeah.
Which was a good time, really, just after the war, wasn't it? You know, everyone enjoying themselves.
Oh, yeah, they must have had a right fucking party then.
You know, aluminium and cauliflower fucking...
Like the street parties and all that.
Yeah.
You know, but like when they won the war and everyone was like giving it all that, dancing with birds in the street. I think when the whole big sea ends, that's not going to happen. I don't think that will happen because like obviously people are trying to like stay away from each other.
Yeah.
Which is alien in itself. They say it's the new normal, but like the normal is to crave human contact and like emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
being deprived of it, that's not normal. That concludes the history of Christmas. You've been listening to the Lewie and Megman show, the Christmas special, written by Lewis Leighton, performed by Steve Merritt and Lewis Leighton, edited, recorded badly by me. Take care.